Hey, get up there. Stop. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna do a classic workout style vlog like I used to do back in the way back when. Anyway, long story short, we have been working through the triphasic model, testing out this training theory and applying it to ourselves, making a program, following it 5 days a week, and you know, I'll be talking a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But anyway, we're going ahead. Let's dive into the workout. Let me know what you guys think of today's video, and also if you guys have any ideas and if there's anything you'd like to see or me to talk about, answer any questions, let me know. So. I do have to say that going through this triphasic model of training, I have noticed a big difference when it comes to handling weight. Like certain weights just automatically feel a lot lighter, and that partially has to do with, you know, the central nervous system stimulation and the muscle fiber recruitment. It's definitely, everything is going up and is getting better, which gives me good hope that when I start working up to heavier loads, my body's ready for it. I do know that last week I was doing ISOs, and later the week I wanted to do some power work, about like around the 80% mark, my 1 rep max, and I got like 2 reps out and my body physically just said no. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So I don't know how my body's going to respond, or if this is just taking enough out of me that I can't go above like 75%. Or maybe 80, maybe get close to 80, 85 depending on the volume. So I don't know. This is all very new to me, but it's definitely exciting. So it's not too educational and boring. If you guys haven't yet, please do check out my motorcycle riding video. If you haven't yet, that is a new series that I'm doing. I'm very excited about it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. So we just got done doing ISO bench. Right pec is a little tight, but it was tight before I got started today. I think it probably has to do with doing some straight arm lat pull downs yesterday, which if you've ever done like chest pullovers, because everyone's like, it's great for your clavicular head, the clavicular fibers of your pectoral, which it is, but the same principle applies when you get a certain range of motion with straight arm lat pull down. And I think I just wore my pec out, like pre-exhausted it yesterday just a little bit, because this is the side I injured anyway. So I think that motion right here just got it just the right way to make it a little bit bothered. But the nice thing is I was able to do all this. Everything feels just fine. It's a little twingy, so the rest of the workout's going to be a lot lighter. All my accessories will be the same, and I'll just make sure to go light on incline dumbbell press and try to hit some volume. So that aside, yeah, so time for the next exercise. I do have to say it's quite enjoyable, quite fun, but we'll see the fruits of our labor when we get through the whole triphasic model, which we got 2 more weeks after this week. This is the 2nd week of ISO, and then 2 weeks of concentric work, and then I think we're done. So then we'll do 1 deload week, right up to saying what our new 90-95% max is, because I'm gonna go for an RPE of 8 or 9, not a full 10. So we'll see what happens. All right, so basically, long story short, so we're gonna see how it goes, is my first set immediately inflamed my right pec. So it's definitely, it doesn't really hurt. It hurts like it's sore. So it just means that somehow, some way, with my amazing abilities and skills, I have managed to really activate my pec while doing a back day yesterday, especially doing the string and lat pull downs. And so it's a little pre-exhausted, so I'm not gonna be able to push myself as hard as I want to today, because I gave everything I had during the benching session, which that's the most important thing for today. The accessories are just to work on my weak points. So, and then of course incline bench just gives me variation with some more volume, definitely more hypertrophy orientated to help keep the physique nice and even. But the thing is with my right pec feeling the way it is, I'm definitely not gonna go any heavier. I think it's just sore, but I also think it's a stability issue. So I think it's slightly strained from doing what I did today and yesterday. Because if I really work on tensing my lats and pinching my shoulder blades and keeping them engaged the entire movement, which limits my range of motion, I don't even feel it. So anyway, long story short, just gonna play it by ear. Next week, we're working on concentrics, so I might have to take a short break in between iso and concentrics to give myself a week to kind of recover. If it's still bothering me next week, because the last thing I want to do is get an injury. So anyway, we're just gonna fill out the rest of the workout. Time to go to the next exercise. So now we're gonna go into barbell shoulder press. Gonna go a little bit lighter again. The shoulder's feeling a little weak, a little unstable. But last week, I had tweaked an external rotator, either the infra or supraspinatus due to it, and it was causing a lot of nerve pain. And all it took was me doing like this right here, and it tweaked it. And then I got home and I was like, that's the most I could do with my arm. So anyway, long story short, I think that's what's going on, is a stability issue due to last week and the minor injury, which I think is leading to like a little extra strain on the pec and the shoulder. So honestly, as much as I want to go heavier, and I know I can, I feel it, I feel strong, it's just the small little, like, these little sensations of like, I gotta pull back, I gotta be in reserve. Just because even though I can doesn't mean I should, because it's more risk than what it's worth. And part of the reason why I'm saying that is to convince myself not to do it. Because I really do. I want to go up, I want to hit 135 again for shoulder press. Because I feel very strong. And I just want to do it. But anyway, I'm staying at this weight. I'm just gonna do one more set of it, very low volume. Just a little something to stimulate the muscle. I'm gonna stay here. Quick side note, middle of the set. I can tell how much I've been in reserve this entire workout simply because this pec feels super fresh doing these, and usually by now in the workout I'm gassed. So, but I knew that I should have known ahead of time that I was going to need to let my right shoulder recover a little bit more from last week's injury. So, anyway. upper day, which I always call my arm day, but it's really just an upper day because I do my compound pushes, I do my compound pulls. I'm definitely gonna have to hit chest again for a little bit of volume. Not too much, because again, it is very tender. It's definitely a little, it feels like it's here, but I know it's probably in my carcoid. Carcoid brachialis. Because this, it doesn't feel tender to the touch. This does though. So I think it's just my shoulder. I think that's why when I'm stabilizing, my pec feels more than fine if my lats are engaged. If these are engaged and I'm externally rotating to keep everything stable, it feels more than fine. So it's just because they are still recovering, I stay engaged the entire time. I do fatigue out, and all of a sudden it's not as stable for the movement. So anyway, I'm gonna do these flies and then some incline flies. Woo. So we finished with the back flies, now we're going to work on our side tilts to get a nice wide look, which that's not the angle for me, that's for sure. So we do a little bit of a superset here, so we start with behind the back, banded lateral raises, kind of working low range of motion during the stretch portion of the lift, where it's really stretched. And then we immediately superset it with a little bit heavier lateral raises. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Well, aside from, just doing a little bit more volume and doing some core work, which core work, it completely depends. Honestly, you just need to understand what your body needs when it comes to core work and what you need to work on. You want functionality? Do you want abs? Do you need to work on a compensation? Or are you having issues with your sciatic pain? Are you pinching a nerve in your back? Do you have a bulging disc? Do you have a hip that's higher than one side versus the other? Or do you have a tilt? Do you have bad posture? What core work do you need to work on? So if you have any questions specifically, please let me know. Aside from that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and call the video done here. But I think the only way to keep up with posting more often is probably just do these kind of uncut raw vlogs. For the most part, there's clearly gonna be editing on a couple things I throw in there, but it's mostly, for the most part, gonna be just, I'm not gonna do anything special with it. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of keyframes or effects or filters or layers or overlays or masks or anything like that. I'm just gonna try to upload it so I'm getting my consistency back. Because I do enjoy posting. And making more content, talking about the things that I'm learning and that I'm working on and kind of the things I'm going through, especially if anyone else out there's having the same issue. But yeah. So anyway, it's been a really fun video. I definitely wish this wasn't bothering me. I'm pretty sure it's the carcoid brachialis. It's in here. I can't remember how to push into it. I think that's it, which would make sense with where. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, it's just inflamed. So I just tweaked it yesterday with my straight arm lat pull downs. Even though it's great for my lats, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and keep that exercise out in the future. But besides that, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. Definitely doing these isos and eccentrics have made me very, very tired. And needless to say, doing this on the cut sucks. Though I would like to say that I have managed to get stronger with these different types of training while on a cut. And, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with it being completely new to me and my body still wanting to adapt. So it's not the case for everyone. If you're on a cut, it's really hard to get stronger. But I'm doing it, so I'm happy. I seem to feel like an exception to my own rule. So anyway, thank you all for being here. If you liked the video, let me know what you thought about it. Just let me know down below. Any way you think out. So I'll see you all in the next video. Stay grinding, stay smiling, and until next time, as always, stay silly.